I take this time, personal time for myself, to bring lightness, not just into my day, but into me. Bring the lightness that exists in me in a meaningful way. Some think of lightness and deem it as being superficial or ignoring the realities of our situations. But that isn't really what lightness means. And I cannot access lightness if I do not tap into this reservoir of peace within. This quiet time with myself. It's more than just trying to have an experience. It's experiencing and also understanding. Wherever I am, wherever I am sitting, this personal 3 square feet of land. Becoming aware of where I am. Learning in a gentle way to become present. Just observing how the posture of my body is. Observing the quality and the depth of the breath. watching my mind, watching the train of thoughts. Watching the train of thoughts is different from being on the train, being taken by the thoughts. I gently ease into this pause, this slowing down, by being an observer. Me, the observer of this body, of this breath, and gently of these thoughts. Taking time, however much time it takes, brings me to the center of it all. So let me just take some time right now. Learn to be an observer. The more I have the practice just to be an observer of that in the outside and inside. Especially inside. I will catch the fragrance, the theme of the thread of my thoughts. It's a challenge when I'm used to battling with the thoughts. But if I give myself time to practice, I will notice the grip of the thoughts will loosen. And allows me to take ease, creates a space between me, the thoughts, the emotions, creates lightness. When we were young, lightness was natural. We probably don't even remember lightness in very little thinking, lightness in simplicity, lightness in just how I used to feel. So let me have the awareness, the lightness I'm experimenting with is actually just emerging, a quality I used to be able to feel. Being an observer creates this space between me, the thoughts, the emotions, and even this body. I, the one who is observing, I can listen, I can think, I can be aware. So for the next few moments, as I observe, as the grip of the thoughts, the speed of the thoughts slow down, if I allow myself to try to just observe. Let me be aware. I can still feel. I'm still conscious. I can still be aware of my own presence. Being an observer keeps me in a very safe position where I'm not ignoring or rejecting, but I have more of a choice of what I want to engage in. We're not used to this capacity to be an observer, so pulled into what I see and hear, so pulled and engrossed in the actions, the scenes in front of me, leaving me at the mercy of uncertainty at every moment. It is uncertainty because scenes are always changing. And they don't always meet my expectations. But do I also want to live a life where I'm at the mercy of whatever happens in front of me? There's a part of me that would like a sense of stability, a sense of peace, a sense of being independent from outcomes, independent in my well-being of what others think. To have stability as things and people and scenes come and go. Being an observer creates lightness and creates a space that allows me to see internal dynamics, discover expectations that I didn't realize were there. And creates a space for me to start to have more understanding for myself and clarity in what matters to me, what drives my intentions. Lightness creates a broader way to see what's happening inside. I can feel more stillness in this quiet time. Lightness and stillness that emerges as I slow down, the observer at the center of it all. lightness that increases in my mind, lightness in how I feel. It's not just lightness in my mind, this stillness, this space inside allows me to feel more light. Me, the being, me, the observer. I am a living being. And as a living being, as consciousness itself, my nature is lightness. I'm a being of light, not physical light, spiritual light, which is consciousness, thoughts, attitude, intentions. This is how I operate. Feeling light as a being of light, a living being. For the next few moments, let me just be aware of my own presence. Me, a being, a guest inside this body. Me, the being who thinks, who feels, who operates through the body. Feeling my own presence. Experiencing peace is just one part. Being aware of where this peace comes from me, the living being. Where this lightness comes from, it's not the music, it's not even the voice that guides my thoughts, it's not even the quiet space I'm in, it's me. So when I feel the stillness I'm feeling, I want to learn to be aware where this lightness and peace comes from. I'm learning to reassociate these qualities I've been seeking outside, reassociate them back to me, where they've always been, but I wasn't aware. And if I'm not aware, how would I know? Reclaiming that which has always been mine. It all is about me, who I am, what I am. I'm a living being. I am a soul. This body I sit in is just a vehicle, a temporary vehicle for me to experience in the physical. Without me, the living being, the thinker, the observer, the one who makes decisions, the one who decides by discerning, this body would have no life. This body could not function without me, the living being. But I forgot myself, forgot this feeling of stillness, that I feel this peace. It's my own presence I'm experiencing. You can call me a soul, you can call me a living being. It's not about the words. It's the fact that I am the spark of life, the living presence. And because of forgetting myself, forgetting my natural nature, not being able to access my true nature of peace, of lightness, so many qualities. I look outside. I constantly look outside. So experience is one part, awareness is another. Awareness of myself as I experience my own presence. Remembering who I really am. A memory so distant, and yet I seek for peace. Because I am missing myself. This lightness that I feel, and the living presence in this body. Everything around me changes constantly. Even this body changes from one second to the next. Cells are constantly changing. But me, the living being, I'm separate from this body. Therefore separate from the roles. So for the next few moments, just experiment with that awareness. A living being of lightness, of peace, a guest in this body. The roles don't define me. It's just part of this costume, all temporary. When I feel light, feel like a guest. In other words, remember, finally remember the real me. What I feel is what true detachment is. That state of experiencing who I really am, an experience that I don't have to identify with this body, with the roles. All those thoughts racing through my mind, they are a product of being in the awareness of thinking I am those roles. That's why I want to watch them. Create this space between me and the thoughts. Create this space where I can be light, where I can let go with no violence. So I can feel my own presence and really feel what it really means to be me while in the body. Human being. I am the being. Humus is the body. Human being. Learning to remember I am the living being. Om Shanti. This marks the end of tonight's Insperience. Thank you for those who've joined online, creating a subtle atmosphere. You're more than welcome to rejoin us as we stop the stream and restart again for the next session, Essential Raj Yoga. It's part lecture and at the end, question and answer forum. As you can see, the essence of Raj Yoga is about me. Who am I? Experiencing me, meant to be something that is developing into my reality. And the key word is again. It was my reality. I'm learning to feel that again. Because when I do, all sorts of questions I have in life will finish. And so you're more than welcome to join. We will end the stream now. Restart it. Just keep an eye out for the next session that will come up. It'll say it's live. I believe you might want to go to the videos tab on the YouTube channel. If you have troubles, feel free to email us. Thank you. Om Shanti.